And the journey gets to be really fun and exciting and blissful and come with so much more ease. And you take so many more paths of least resistance as you follow your intuition, and it gets to become such like a beautiful experience for yourself. What's up, what's going on? My name is Sabrina, and welcome back to the channel. Here in the Better You community, we talk about all things self-growth and spirituality, and in today's video, I feel very inspired to talk about why you need to follow your desires. When you are wanting to level up and manifest a higher quality of life, you need to start getting picky about what you do and what you don't let enter your life. So many people go about their days doing things that they genuinely don't enjoy doing just because they think that they should, just because they grew up with other people telling them, like, this is what you should be doing. Like, this is just how we are, right? It's just like the culture, just like hustle culture. Like, this is like, you should just slave away over 40 hours a week at your job because that's just what you should. That's just what we tell you to do, so you do it. And that's the one thing you want to start pointing out is these shoulds in your life when you're wanting to follow your desires and create a very abundant life that is intuitively led. We all have a very unique path that we are meant to step on to create our highest potential. It's like our highest timeline, the timeline in which you are the most abundant, beautiful, happy, fulfilled, successful, loved, healed. Like, this is like your highest timeline, the timeline that you create even more than what you could have imagined. How you get to this highest timeline, you know what's really cool is how we know how to get to that timeline is that our guidance system is built into us. Our guidance system is our emotional system. It's our emotions and also our intuitive guidance. So our emotions really guide us to what is and isn't for us. And there are fine lines around this. So take what I'm saying, like, don't take every single thing that I'm saying like so literally. But our emotions are our guidance system to show us what is and isn't right for us, is to show us what is on our path to our destiny. Our desires are our destiny. Our desires, what we want to do, what we feel called to do, that is your soul's purpose. You know what your purpose is by simply what you enjoy doing. If you feel really fulfilled, simply being a mother and raising your family and raising conscious children, that's incredible. That is your purpose. If you feel amazing building a business and helping people do something specific, that's incredible. That is your purpose. If you feel amazing just being a yoga teacher and hanging out with your friends, that is amazing. That is your purpose. Like, it doesn't have to be super complicated, but so many people end up living lives that they don't enjoy or they feel frustrated with themselves with, and they're in careers that they don't even like. And it's because we follow these shoulds. We follow what other people tell us to do rather than following our own intuitive and emotional guidance. Our emotions guide us to what our path is, and then our intuition guides us to manifest those desires into our life. Our intuition is led by our higher selves who can see like all that is. It's connected to source that knows everything about everything, and that can connect you to really crazy, synchronistic, like magical things that play out where like you're wanting to manifest a cruise or something, and then you run into someone at Target who's like an old family friend, and they're like, hey, me and my wife, bought these tickets to a cruise. We can't go anymore. Do you want these free tickets to a cruise? And it's because you felt that intuitive nudge to like, oh, I feel like going to Target today. I don't know why I feel like Target today, but I feel like going to Target today. You followed that intuitive nudge. Like, that's how the intuition works. It works from that bird's eye view of knowing everything. And so that's how these desires can come in. The path of least resistance is when you follow your intuition. But every single one of us is so uniquely different and what we desire for ourselves. And when we follow our desires, we end up creating this like heaven on earth. We end up living in a very symbiotic, is this symbiotic? That like mutualistic relationship where like everyone benefits. It's like the clownfish and the anemone, right? The clownfish gives the anemone like the nutrients, whatever. The anemone offers the clownfish protection. It's like whatever you feel called to do is going to help someone in some way. Like whatever you feel called to do that because someone else is wishing for that. And then same for you, like whatever you are wishing for, somebody else feels called to do that. So when we all follow our intuitive nudges and follow our desires, we create a really, really abundant and fulfilled and like beautiful earth. And like, this is how we're going to create this heaven on earth, is by doing this, by following our desires and by following our intuition. And so I want you to look at in your life, like, what in my life do I simply not enjoy doing? Like, it just doesn't feel aligned for me. And here are some of the thin lines. Like, there are some things that you might not thoroughly enjoy doing, but it's simply because of some like emotional connection that you've made with it. And this is where like this is what I really work with like my one-on-one clients with, which really limited spots available, but I'll leave the application below if you are interested. This is where like the biology and the science teachings come in, because say that you feel really called. Okay, give me for an example. For the longest time, I felt called to start a YouTube channel. It was a desire, but like I didn't want to do it. Like I didn't want to record. I didn't have the like fire under my ass that a lot of people seem to have when it came to like going after their desires. It felt really hard for me to start a YouTube channel. Why? It's not because I wasn't meant for it. It's not because I didn't actually desire it. It was because I had this emotional attachment to that goal. My brain was correlating YouTube with fear, with danger, with other people are going to judge you, with this is scary putting yourself out there. And it was simply my like brain's correlation to it. And I was having an incongruence of my subconscious beliefs with my conscious desires. And it felt very resistant. So there's like these fine lines that are in that, where it's like, you may feel called to something and you might want to do something, but at the same time, you don't want to do something. And like, that's where these fine lines are at. And so just knowing that for yourself, like being aware of yourself, like what actually doesn't feel aligned and what does feel aligned, and that you're just having resistance towards, because we can totally work through that and sift through my videos. I know I talk about some videos that get into working through that resistance. I'll link one above that may help. But making that clear list of like what you do and don't enjoy doing, those are clear indications of what is and what is not meant for you. Such as like there's a lot of talk about like getting up at 5 a.m. like in order to be like the millionaire morning routine. It's like get up at 5 in the morning and immediately go to the gym and like do all of these things, right? Do you actually feel aligned with that? Like don't do things that other people just say that you should because they do it. That's how you get out of alignment within yourself. I want you to start building this really strong relationship with yourself, with your intuition, and really trusting what comes up, trusting what you're feeling, trust yourself, really building that really strong sense of self-trust, and realizing that if you don't feel like waking up at 5 a.m., if that doesn't resonate with you, if you're a night owl like me, I go through phases. Sometimes I'm a night owl and sometimes I'm a morning person. I'm a very drastic, I shift a lot, but that resonates with me, to bounce back and forth from being a morning person to being a night person. If you simply like to get up at 11 o'clock in the morning and you enjoy getting some things done at 9 p.m., then that works for you. Like, don't try to force yourself to do what other people are saying that you should just because it works for them. What works for you? What feels aligned for you? This goes for everything. And this is why so much in our signature program, Unleash Your Life, like I don't teach business strategies, because in our signature program, if you didn't know, like that guides our students to retrain their minds and bodies to propel after their purpose and to manifest their vision into fruition. And in going after their purpose, like a lot of people want to start businesses, etc. And I don't teach business strategy. Why? Because every strategy works, every way works. But what works for you? What's the best path for you? I'm not going to tell you that you need to start a YouTube channel, that you need to start an Instagram, that you need to like reach out to certain people, because all of those ways works, but not every one of them is going to resonate with every one of you. You have your unique path to your highest timeline built within you. You already know. Your intuition, deep down somewhere in here, you already know. This is why meditation can be really powerful, because when you get to calm the mind from its kind of like monkey brain type thoughts, you get to like sift into this, connect with your soul, connect with your intuition, the thing that's connected to source, and you get to tap into like the all-knowing and get some really great messages as to like what you should be doing for business strategy and what feels good to you and what aligns to you and who you should work with, what you feel called and pulled to do. It is all within you. So if you're starting a business as a part of you, like stepping into your purpose, and you don't feel called to like posting Instagram reels, don't post Instagram reels. Not because you have resistance towards it, but because it simply doesn't feel aligned to you. You know, you need to know yourself enough to know like what is something that I just feel resistance towards and what is something that is actually not for me, that actually doesn't feel aligned for me. You need to make sure that you know yourself to that point to be able to understand that. But when you do, you will be able to use your internal guidance system, your emotional system to guide you to your success. Your success is inevitable, and your desires are your destiny. Your desires are your stepping stone to get to your highest timeline, to get to these goals. And the way to enjoy the journey is to follow your desires. And the journey gets to be really fun and exciting and blissful and come with so much more ease, and you take so many more paths of least resistance as you follow your intuition, and it gets to become such like a beautiful experience for yourself when you use your desires as those stepping stones. When you follow your desires, you need to start following your desires in order to step onto your highest timeline. And it's great to take others' advice, but always take always take what other people are saying with a grain of salt. You are the ultimate test. What resonates with you? What message works great with you? Because everybody's going to resonate with other people. And God did not put you on this earth if there wasn't absolutely everything here, all of the resources here for you to manifest everything, all of your desires into fruition. So what are your desires? What have you dreamt of doing? And don't play small here. Think bigger here. I want you to ask yourself, if there were like a magic genie and you could live anywhere you wanted and have anything that you wanted and be anyone that you wanted and do anything that you wanted, what are your desires there? What are your desires then? Instead of thinking like in relation to the limits, the perceived limits that you think you have on your life right now of, I'm going to wish for a raise at my job because I don't think I can actually make money doing what I love. Think outside those limits, okay? Think of the magic genie, because we are very unlimited beings and we have the opportunity to be able to sift into these different timelines that have all these unlimited potentials. And if you want to learn more about that concept of, sifting timelines and being able to do what you love for a living through shifting timelines, I'll link a video above that may be helpful for you for that. That goes into a really cool concept of shifting your state of consciousness. But think really, really big. Why not? Why the fuck not? Why not think really, really big and shoot for the stars? You'll either land on that star or land on the moon. But if you shoot for the city next door, the only way you can go is the city next door. I want you to shoot for the motherfucking stars. Why not dream big and accomplish bigger? Write down your desires. Write down what you truly enjoy and want to do in this life. Write down what you enjoy to do, that you desire to do, but you have resistance towards. And write down what you simply don't enjoy doing at all. What simply does not serve you. That you're doing it because you think you should, because others told you that you should, because you think it's the only way. I'm here to tell you that there are a million ways to live life. There are a million paths to get to what you want. Every single path works. There is never just one way of doing things. If you think you are stuck in that one way that you are doing something, then that is just an illusion. Begin to take one small step every single day closer to those desires, those hobbies that you want, right? Say like you really enjoy hula hooping, but you haven't touched a hula hoop in years because you think like, oh, it's pointless or something. Like, no, your desires, what you desire to do, that'll lead you to your destiny. Like, follow your desires. Let your inner child run loose, because those things that make you feel so good and have so much fun, those things are going to, one, raise your vibration way much higher. You're going to be a much more higher vibrational match to positive people, circumstances, and events happening in your life. But it's going to lead you to your highest timeline. So go hula hooping, go rollerblading, go make that music, go record that podcast, whatever it is that feels really good and fun to you. Do it. Why are you holding yourself back? Don't hold yourself back. You are literally making the world a better place by following your desires, by doing what you want. Make time for that thing. If you're not completely ecstatic in your job, what would you like doing? Start brainstorming. Just start entertaining the ideas that things can be radically different in your life and in the most positive ways. Start entertaining the idea that there are infinite number of timelines and that you have the potential to put your awareness onto the highest timeline where you are extremely happy, extremely abundant, extremely fulfilled, healthy, in love just with life. Know that this is a potential for you. Know that this is all here now. You just need to put your awareness onto it. You need to start aligning your thoughts and your beliefs to that timeline and follow your motherfucking desires, okay? I truly hope that this video helped you realize how powerful you are and how you can tap into that timeline. I want you to not just listen to this video, but put this stuff into work, put this stuff into action, and begin to do these things. I truly hope this video helped you out in those ways. If it did, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up to help out the channel. Comment below what you liked about it, share it with a friend, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.